Sure. Are you watching all this? Yeah. So you can see it looks real good, you know, when you're just like regular. Is that Andrew on there too? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it does make sense.
Now there I can focus on. Oops. There you go. Yeah, I mean, if you figure that's, you know what? Call it about 22, 23 feet, maybe 25 feet. You can see the telephone.
Okay, thank you.
Like, well, that's kind of what I have to do here. Is like, you know, where I'm sitting down here. Let me show you me. Like, let's see.
Okay. Contrast is off. If you want to do this, and after 12, you're not going to split.
Ooh, that's close.
That would be about.
Good morning. Sit right here for a second. Please.
Yeah, but I see you found it.
I did, yeah. I in the app that the possible stuff.
So you got focus, so I can focus on whatever I want to focus on.
Is it autofocus?
Yeah, it'll. Well, yes. I mean, it has like a pretty much an autofocus on it.
Right.
And you have 7 presets. So basically, I can like if I hit, it's not set for anything right now, but Drew Z, open capture, smile. Who's Drew Z? Somebody's taking pictures. Yeah, like if I hit a 1, watch what happens. I haven't really set it for anything, but it's got a preset in there now.
Yeah.
Right. If I hit a 2, 3, I think it does. That may be all they had that was pre-programmed. Well, that was kind of funny.
Does it have auto tracking?
No.
I've seen that. It's pretty odd. It'll freak you out because you talk, and after about 3 words, it'll turn to you.
Oh, because
Yeah, it's like a face.
What's that say? He never said that.
2 new messages. What? Jack is doing his webinar. Sorry, I haven't messed with Hangouts much at all. Okay.
What?
That's for the apps.
No, this is for a lot of things, including the rooms upstairs.
Yeah, and now the one thing that I'm having trouble with is, okay, now right now we're running it through the internet.
Right, I'm on wireless actually.
Yeah, and actually this is the first time I put it on wire. You know, everything else I've been running it wirelessly, even from my house, and it looks great. You know, so it's no big deal there. I used it the other day to shoot some video for engineering, and I had it sitting in the very back row. Have you ever been to Engineering 100 at Lecture Hall?
That huge one,
Yeah. Okay, and I was on the back row of it. I had my camera sat on the back row of it and just focused down on the stage, and it's okay. It's not great. I think I'll show you real quick.
But that was a long distance, right?
Right, and that was like, you know, really farther than we would ever have to push it, you know, I think. Do I have that here? Oh, man, I bet I don't. No, it's on that other
That's
deal.
okay.
But what you can do, people can't hear us talking. What you can do is stick this back like here. Scan. And so far, I think this is about the best one I've found.
The resolution is great.
This so far, now this is, I don't love this thing. What? I didn't pick up my device for some reason. That's weird.
Yeah, I saw Drew Z and I go,
Andrew, I know it took me a second
the first
too.
time I'm like, Chris, we got a creeper hangout already. Oh, one of the staff up front is having trouble with the student manager.
Yeah. Mr.
She was on. Kelsey Hall and Brianna's having trouble.
Did they say why?
No, it was acting weird or something, but she was on one.
I can do
Why don't you, huh?
I think I know.
Yeah. Would you go take care of them and then we'll get started on a meeting?
Okay.
Can you sit down for just a second for me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is like I said, the thing that I'm having trouble with right this minute is finding a really good program to use with it, you know, for capturing
Software,
video.
yeah.
Right, the software part. This one's pretty good. It's not great, but it's okay. The thing I'm finding is most of them want to record them in AVI, which ends up creating such huge files. It's ridiculous, you know. But let's see if we can get this one to work.
Well, I mean, Connect Pro can think this is input, right?
Absolutely, all day long.
Hey, go do me while we're messing around. Do me a favor and get go find angle.
Go wide angle. Okay, there you
In
go.
other words,
If you had two people,
if you had a desk like about here,
yeah.
and we had two people, we'd
Yeah.
still be fine.
Oh, heck yeah, no problem
You
at
know,
all.
like if you had a panel of two,
Right,
not
exactly.
that our co-instructor or something.
All right, now, oh, did I save that? Dadgummit, I didn't save it in document. Well, anyway, I usually save it on the jump drive, but it's in
How
documents.
much was this thing? Like 15?
11. Yeah.
About 3 or 4 of them.
Now, this is the one we just recorded. Oh, let me turn the sound on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to mute mine too.
Hey, Andrew, are you going to be able to come back over here for a little bit?
Oh, I didn't. Did I not record the sound? Must not record the sound. But there you go. Anyway, you can see the video.
Wow, that is crazy resolution.
That's with no lighting. That's just, you know. So,
That is crazy.
so I mean, to me, it, you know, it's like it gives you the webcam for your, you know, it gives you for which works for Skype and webinars and all that. It gives you the ability to use it for on-site webinar things, like when we do at the, you know,
Conferences.
right, stuff like that, and it'll actually record video for you, you know, and you know, and it does a pretty daggum good job. Actually, I was actually kind of surprised how well it did.
Oh, you really that thing.
And then what's nice is, like I say, you can have it.
Hear what I said.
Yeah. Yeah, you hook it up to a desktop or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You know, they use their flash drive to save it.
Right, right.
Yeah, so that takes care of that part. You know, if I can find a simple enough, what I'm looking for is something that is
It's
right. Like this one is not that simple. Like it has you have. It took me forever, but not forever.
software.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah,
It's,
the camera is easy to use.
oh, the camera just plugs in. You don't have to do crap for
You
it.
got the little remote.
But this, yeah, here you go. The software that I'm using, though, it's like it took me a long time to figure out what the video compressor and multiplexer settings had to be in order to be able to do an MP4. Now, that may be, too, because this is like the free version. You know, I'm trying it out. I don't know if it's... No, you go ahead, also. You know, and I haven't really, you know, so I mean, the full-blown version may be better than that, you know. It'll even record right through the built-in camera on my laptop.
The software?
Yeah. No, I mean the camera. I mean, you don't even have to have any software. I can just plug it in and use my built-in, you know, camera stuff that's built into the laptop, and just tell it to use that camera. And it's got an output for an external VGA. Yeah, that little thing there, it'll click into a VGA.
Ours.
Yeah, I didn't bring it. I should have brought that with me. We could have tried that out, but I'll do it myself.
Can we get
What you want?
well, is the software on or off?
Yeah, it's on. Oh,
Where's the picture?
oh, you got to go back up. After I turn it off, I got to go back to video source and hit device.
So then this should kill the picture, right? Yeah. That'll mute the picture.
Right. And it brings it back on too.
Yeah, it's a toggle. So then your pan, and then the zoom,
Is the wide and the tele.
that's as wide as it goes, but that's plenty wide.
Oh yeah, it is close. And then the other two buttons are focus.
your car. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that's an autofocus.
That one is not. That one, yeah. What it does is it puts everything back to auto
And we
too.
asked him why he didn't
In other
like
words, it kind of like
in post
puts it
size.
where you are, like about the distance you
I
are.
didn't think he was going to be in the
Around 6 feet, I think is what it
That
says.
gets us back to never make assumptions of that sort.
So yeah, that brings everything back into focus.
We
But
don't
you could
have
actually,
in front of
set
the
that,
door unless you
or, we can set that number
you have a
one.
guard.
I love that.
Personally, I think all three should be.
Yeah, I'm familiar with.
Keep the air around the top and bottom of the ladder clear. Obviously, this guy's get hurt just trying to get up on the ladder.
Yes.
What you can do is you can set presets, like the head of the table, the left side of the table, the right side of the table, the back station, or distance on the
Right.
With that ladder, you want it secure.
What we did is we put one in the front.
Always maintain 3 points of contact.
One in the back, so you can catch the.
Wear a field belt.
And then you
Carry a
can
rope
like
up top and pull the
presets on the
tools
left
out
side,
from
the
the
right side of the
bottom.
classroom.
Folks don't carry things in
Ask them a
pants.
question.
Now, I've probably got some of you out there chuckling now, doing physical classes. We have folks who've done roofing.
That's one
We
of
all
those
know
video
it's not a real roofer unless you can throw a little felt over the shoulder
rather
and
than
climb up the ladder and run here.
Right.
it shows the whole room.
Andrew over here
I
is
just kind of lose talking,
laughing.
but all you see are little bitty dots and heads, and then that's all you can see is that same picture for an hour. That's not.
You're not a real roofer unless you can throw it over the ball shoulders and run up it just
Couple of
easily.
presets.
Now, the problem with that
Oh, yeah.
is if you become the role model for the rest
You know, and I can see too, if you were using it on site, you'd have one.
the dangerous
on
behavior
your
becomes
crowd,
standard operating
back of the
procedure.
crowd, and then
You're
one
going to have an
goes
accident.
straight.
This is an important one to read for us. Keep your hands clear, 3 points of
Of
contact.
course, you usually
Not
set
only on ladders,
the
but
home
getting up and down
position.
trucks.
Quickly get back to where you want to be.
Almost 3 points. Now, you don't have to tell us old guys 3 points of contact, because we're hanging on for dear life, I promise you.
Dude,
I saw a couple online that were maybe a little bit cheaper, that didn't quite
Okay.
have the.
Now, the proper angle on the ladder, there's a
There's
1 to 4 rule. Actually, there's 2 things you need to know. Most of you probably never look carefully at those decals I was talking about. But on a ladder like this, an extension ladder, if you look on the rail on the side, you'll see a decal that has an L on it. And the L is not plumb to the ladder. You'll see a stitch in it, which you'll find when you get the ladder in the correct position, that L is perfectly vertical and
Well,
horizontal.
that's one of the things she said, she wants also to.
And then, you know, the ladder is in the correct position, below the property is the manufacturing intended.
Right, so we basically are gonna have.
There is a 1 to 4 rule. For every 4 feet up, the ladder is supposed to be 1 foot back. That's what they base the L on. So if you've got a 16
So
foot
it's the farthest you can have a
man
person
here,
away would be
you
about
divide
right
this
here.
4 feet back.
So if you look at that, I'm standing up.
Is you really want to pull it?
Almost everything would be.
Look for the L. It's easier to use.
Yeah, you wouldn't really.
Okay, being struck by something is another legal cause of construction-related deaths. I didn't see anybody who got to fall off the ladder here, so I guess I'm
Yeah, we can.
Okay, struck by objects is another leading cause of construction-related deaths. And about 75%.
And apparently it's even got, now I haven't played with this one either, but it's got green screens.
Now,
Right,
for
you
you
can
folks in
throw
this population, it's
some
probably
software,
going to be trucks.
so you could
So
actually
the
shoot
danger
from
there
green
really
screen.
is a truck backing up. Unfortunately, it's continues to happen. I suspect with the advent of backup cameras.
This
we're
seems
gonna
to be
see
your
that increase.
primary green.
Some of you folks probably have in your
Yeah,
cars.
and it needs to be kind of a flat green, and you don't want to gloss.
Some of got the little dotted lines which are backed
It's
up
a basically a
stripes.
primary,
Let me see,
flat,
look at my wife. Tell them
no, but
no.
they got some stuff done.
But we're starting to use those on heavy
I'll be
equipment
surprised
now.
if
On
she
skid steer loaders and excavators, where historically the operator has been flying in the air. We now have cameras, and that is really showing that is improving our records and backup.
Kill a lot of birds.
Injuries. Also striking people with counterweights is smear around excavators and cranes. So I suspect we're going to see
Like you said,
those
finding
making
the salt.
an appearance in the truck.
Now, the good news is,
impacting.
you could ultimately, you could have a couple
Okay, you're struck
different
by hazards categorized as
Exactly.
follows.
choices.
You can be struck by a flying object, something, a sudden release of energy, on strike, something that sprung against or fell.
And if we have to buy a program,
Yeah.
software, that's fine.
Twitching, pulling, frying, may cause an object to become
I
airborne.
really like this. Oh, and incidentally, all
You
the
can write
folks
something.
who are working on these studios,
Materials stored in tiers shall be stacked, hidden, blocked, interlocked, or otherwise secured with slide on flaps.
work.
These can be extremely dangerous. Now, you see material here is all wrapped up in
I actually
plastic
think
bags that act as a single unit, and that's a very good
We
thing.
will be
If
able
forklift operators are skillful and careful, they'll have things cleared up properly with a
facility
forklift.
here.
I will tell you, those situations like this, if you have working where was in situations,
If somebody's wanting to capture,
be careful when forklift operators are working. Because in a facility like this, we're
Well,
not
there's
going
gonna
to
be editing that'll
one
be
lower legs.
Exactly.
When it buckled, then the entire tier, which was that fall, cascaded down 150
I like the
feet.
camera. I mean, what we need to do,
Stack properly,
what I
so
hope to do this morning
if you're stacking them up in
is,
the truck,
okay, let's figure out everything else we need to go around it, right?
you can be struck by a swinging object.
Tripod,
Probably not going to
how we
happen,
want
but
to
it can be a hook.
Yeah.
I gotta get
You may
Lucy to
have
find out
boom
what
trucks
what
on
were
the
the
job.
thoughts
Looking,
on.
you may have other equipment that lifts things with a hoist
They make a
down
bracket for this
or a
one.
chain and a hook. And if it's not secured properly, it can swing, particularly if the vehicle or piece of equipment is medium, and can strike you. Be careful with those. And you can be struck by a rolling knot. This is something that you can roll off the back of the trailer. It may be some of your work control devices, it may be materials you're using. You may be unloading it, pull out a shock block or release a strap, not notice
When
that
you
you're
catch
parked on the
computers
ready,
sit right
and
next
come
to it,
rolling
but
down
even
the
then,
back of the trailer.
I think,
Truck.
like, I don't think you can see
It can be
me.
the truck itself.
And see, I'm probably coming
Now,
out.
according to Bureau of Labor Statistics, over 70 workers
Okay.
died from back
Come out the chair.
operations in 2011, and that number has been below
There I am, right
for a number of years.
So right
You may
here,
have
so you
actually
can
seen
actually
this
have
incident, which
monitors
was on the national
and
news.
computers, or whatever.
The officer is pulled the fellow over,
Well, I'm thinking about
and giving him a ticket.
if somebody
And the
said,
old man said he
Right, you can
really
have
thought he
somebody.
had it to drive, I had no doubts.
Exactly.
But he had reversed it. He backed up, and you could bet when he would have told you before you not back completely up on the police cruiser, but it did. It was captured.
Oh, I think so. I
And
think
the
you
police
can put everything
officers
on the
put
police
dash
station. I'm not sure.
cams back right up on that.
Because when it gets there, it focuses at each
If you
one.
see your people walking behind trucks or walking between vehicles that are parked, try to break them with a very bad way. Try to get them to go around the front or make contact with the driver, let them know they're there. Because what the drivers will always tell you when those occurs is, I never saw them. Teach your people to be where they can be seen. Plan ahead. Focus on backing up. You may have noticed folks like the forklift is setting out phones behind their trucks
It does
to make
exactly
people
what.
walk around and make sure the path is clear. If you can prevent backing up, do that. In parking lots, you may be able to pull through 2 parking spaces to the front one so you can pull forward when they leave. Try to avoid backing up unless it's absolutely necessary. You can walk around like you see the utility personnel doing.
Oh, I see.
Use a ground guide if necessary. You may have noticed, since many of you work around tech stop personnel on the highways, that tech stop makes it mandatory for their
So
people
it's
to have
zoom
a
focus
guide.
and the
Somebody
X1.
with the driver
So
actually gets out,
I see
checks
no
the rear
reason
path to make sure it's safe to back up, and then actually flags the
the
driver
other
back.
thing,
It's a good practice that has positively impacted
do this right now,
tech
use
stops.
online,
Accident.
the,
Use all your mirrors. Make sure those mirrors are adjusted properly and make sure they're clean. If they're broken, fix them, replace them. Don't back out into traffic from a driveway. We've all seen the accidents. In fact, there were 2
okay,
manufactured automobiles and we're talking about
stuff I know you normally, you want to
hazard alarm systems that'll stop the car will sound an alarm because we know how dangerous that can be.
Can you raise it up and down enough to?
Great place to use
Well,
a start.
actually, I'm thinking
Don't back out blind if you
right
can.
now.
Make sure your backup lights are working properly.
I would probably
Those
put
can
it
be
about
retrofitted even on cars and pickups.
if I was gonna do it.
Never
Especially if the
disable
majority of the
backup
time you're gonna shoot
piece
people.
of equipment or on a truck. There is actually civil and criminal.
And for that matter, we could always get some, because of the way, this thing's got your standard,
But that may be the thing.
screw in for any kind of like these.
You can always move it.
Well, yeah, you could always take it off there, or we could always get some
When you
type
back
of
up,
bracket
do
that
this.
has,
Not
and I mean, all that would be is
react
you
some
could drill a hole.
behind it, so you have that kind of reaction to the
We could
Hold
mount
your
it on the
window down
Oh, yeah.
so you can hear.
design
Turn
the
down the
cords
radio
so that
again
we
so
can
you
have
can
like 4 to 6 feet of cord.
Right.
To better prevent straight by incident, don't ever position yourself to
Somehow
fixed
put it in a loom, so if you've got like an umbilical cord, And normally this
If
thing's
you're hoisting a load, you put
Right.
it up to the ground, always
Right.
But then we have
make sure that when
Oh,
the
sure.
shifter spins,
you can
take
take it off the
push you into the wall of the vehicle to make sure that it doesn't come. Stay out of pit
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Stay alert of heavy equipment and stay clear of lifted or suspended loads.
I mean,
Don't ever
basically, you
get
can
under a
have the
bucket
thing, the
or
plate
hook
on
or load
the
that's suspended.
but nobody ever takes the plate
You
off.
work around them when you're
And the
doing
disconnect
reading and so
is the
forth.
same on both
Never get
ways.
under. And if you're operating equipment, don't ever swing a load over anyone.
so we'd have it
Where you're
fixed,
appropriate,
but available to be
protect the
moved
equipment.
around the room.
Keep your eyes,
Suppose I had
your face, your head,
Right.
and wear high
The other thing
visibility
is,
clothing.
I wanted
I've already
to
mentioned
be able to
before
do
that one of the chief
small video conference.
elements in
In other words,
reducing
they have a lot of Skype
is
sessions.
visibility and separation. Where the high
Want to
visibility
be able to
beginning
two
desk
people behind the
around.
desk, and then they Skype with
Electric
somebody
pieces
else.
count for about 9% of that some construction sites.
Half of this is furniture layout.
And typically it's power cords and power equipment that's damaged, cut, worn,
We need to keep this in mind when we
inappropriately
do
loaded.
chairs.
Electricity
Because
travels in closed
eventually over
circuits,
mass,
normally through some kind
when you start
of
using it like we continue to
and we have a simple circuit here. Everybody's done this in elementary science classes.
well.
Some of you probably helped with things and cranking chairs. Just hook up the battery to the old light bulb. And of course,
Yeah, it's like,
the current's
so
going
like this chair, of course, I'm kind of watch. But like now I've got a chair that you can see the
Now,
back on.
you get shocked
For some reason that just bugs
if the
me.
electricity gets out
Yes,
of
it
that
is.
loop,
Yeah, you
out of
can-
that
yeah.
circuit,
Oh, AP?
and enters your body
The,
and
active
leaves it
part.
another.
Academic furnace. What does the back of the chair have to do with it?
I don't know, but that
Because
bothers
you
me.
happen to grab
Of
both
course, they were
ends
looking
of
for
wires
any-
there, in which case the current's going through you this way, or you could grab one, it could go through you to ground. As we see here.
Oh,
I don't know.
he's talking about.
Typically, shock occurs when a person contacts a metallic wire, which is in contact with an energized wire in the ground.
I can see
There
they
are probably
probably
people in the room today
things on, so that's
who
cool.
pick
All
up
right,
a power
so,
tool that fit.
Yeah, this
Maybe
thing.
you touch an electrical panel and it smacks you back.
I know.
Because the, whatever you touch, or the
Let's do
camera,
it, man.
because it hadn't been connected properly, because it had been damaged, something like that. Of course, you're on the ground, and it touches, you make a circuit to ground and the current goes through.
Yeah, watch her, I'll show you.
As so.
Right off over there. It's not quite 360, so leave where it is right
But
now.
if they've been abused, particularly if they've been dropped, if they've been immersed in water, well, then you can be shocked if you're using these things. One thing that has dramatically
See, it's
reduced
probably about
the incidence
300.
of employees being electrocuted
And
are
see,
the
then also,
power tools we have out there now. So if you folks are still using 110 volts off the generator when you could be using battery power, you might want to take a look at switching. It really does make a difference.
now this I ran into.
Electrical injury has many consequences to the body.
Now what I found is like when I was doing the auditorium,
patches along the
usually I level all that. It sits on, so I start off with the 19 thing. I tilted it forward, facing towards the stage.
It passes through the body, not only does it get the surface, but it can cause heat damage to the.
I mean, when it's straight on like that, you can go pretty far down before you start to catch it.
Causes more damage to the types
Yes.
of lines because it runs so deep.
We
How
can't.
can you help prevent them? Well,
We can,
there's tools
turn
out
on
there
the
equipment that
speaker.
we can
But
use.
it's going to echo.
Yeah.
Now,
You've
there's
probably all seen these GFCIs.
No,
in the
it goes, it's, right now it's used for one that's built into
And in the
my
hotels you stay in.
I use the external mic running that works pretty well. I haven't really like gone and,
Not having ground fault
Probably-
protection is one of the most common
my
forms of
little
shock.
mixing board.
And it occurs when current
So,
flow in the tool does not
I want to get one,
prescribed ground.
USB, just put it on it.
And that's what the GFCI is on. It actually measures
So,
both sides
You
of
need
the
mic,
circuit.
I mean, you know, the
It
mic.
knows what's going out, it doesn't get the same amount back when it kicks out and interrupts the
I
circuit.
think we're going to have
It's
to.
called GFCIs, which stands for ground fault.
Yeah, I probably would need to do a little more research before I
You've
can
seen this
get
type
a
of
brand
person
and all that
who
kind of
comes
stuff on it. But,
Here's one
you
you
know,
can get at your local Ace Hardware.
I tell you, I mean, just even the mic I'm built into this
And folks,
computer
if
and
you
the
don't have these
sound
at home, you need them.
good.
Well, you certainly need them on the
And so I don't think, you know, it's not like what I.
have built-in GFCIs and panels. do we need to get these?
You know, my solution now for that is I
making sure you've got them on, because I know all of you have got power
you
cords.
know, but when you catch it to the Indians now, you need something.
You should be using round cords in construction.
If you're sitting at a
If
soundproof
you're running
studio,
power cords, run them off a
and
GFC
you're
out
gonna
of
be
this.
maybe
A
7
lot of
feet
people
away,
get themselves shocked at home at Christmas time because they're running Christmas
it's not
lights.
gonna take a
They're
whole
plugging
lot.
power cords that are out
I
there
mean,
on
we
the
found out
lines.
that the
And
microphone
next thing you know, you have an electrocution. And we're talking about you, we're talking about your kids, we're talking about other family.
I think we
GFC ought to prevent that.
I honestly
They
think
prevent it when you're using lawn tools like hedge trimmers, things of that sort. Folks, if you don't have one of those at home that you're using, swing the lawn
like that,
I sure recommend that you get it.
Alright, so speakers, do we want to?
Okay, now as I was saying before, the GFC out comes speakers and
Or
going out,
under monitor?
out coming back. This senses a difference.
I would say
If there's a difference in as low as 5 million,
One less power
thousands of
supply.
an ampere, GFC out
and
has
it's like
virtual
it
circuit and
takes up
40
less
percent.
space. Really, the
Prevent it from doing
you know, our experience is
Let's talk about some of the other problems we have about this.
speaker
Anybody have those around the house?
anyway.
You have them on the job site.
Right. So
On the plug here,
doing a webinar,
outside
they're
over
probably
there.
going to turn off the speakers anyway. If they're doing Skype, they're probably going to
This one here is not clear.
So that's my next question.
Exterior and
Should we equip each room with a head?
cut them, get rid of them. Folks, get rid of electric cord, don't just roll that cord away. Somebody's gonna
they
pick
need
it
at least one extra set, you know, but we probably need to
Put
put
it
one of
just
them.
for use immediately, and somebody at their home is maybe smart. So when you have a bad cord like this, cut the ends off the plug and up. Ground all your power supplies. Don't ever pull that ground pin or prong off
Andrew,
that plug. And when you use power tools,
you did, or you,
you're gonna
we
notice
don't
many
have
of them just have 2 prongs.
the Google chat window.
If you look,
I don't think.
it shows a space, 2 boxes.
So you can
That tells you there's a double insulated tool, and they don't have to have the ground prong.
My question
All the
is,
others that do have 3 prongs,
and you're fine to hang out there if you need to, but I was
Now, I won't ask anybody to fess
wanting
up
to
on this.
know,
And I bet you most buildings
your
don't work
input
in,
too.
office personnel had their
I
computers.
had a question I was gonna ask you, but I just forgot what it was. I'll think of it in a minute.
Right? Oh, yeah. No, that's not your office.
A headphone with a
I don't have
microphone,
anything that looks like, I have faith in it.
recommend one.
If you talk to firefighters, if you know any of them who are any arson investigators, they'll tell you
You wanna take that one, Andrew?
if they had $100 for every investigator,
Show up the chat.
uh,
Oh, it just pops up when he types something in.
if you have a situation that looks like that,
Hey, Andrew, not if you can hear us, we can see you.
Come in and do something.
Got it.
for it.
He's typing.
Because what you'll find is those things will overheat, they'll melt, they'll
Hold on, we're trying.
ground out internally,
I'm just trying
and
to.
they will cause fires. They'll cause electrocution. Don't ever have a situation like that on the job. And folks don't let it happen.
We got a new message.
You do because you've got a home thing to serve. Plugs going everywhere back into it. And we have electricians.
One had used a snowball, I believe.
Snowball is a really good, yeah, but they're like, what, about 100?
Now, this one actually should be prefaced.
Actually, I think
You
it's
might
ours.
be a redneck. I promise you that's not me to fill the phone. Let's take a look at what Bubba has done here. Power tool going up on the edge of the
So
plug.
what I hear is a suggestion is let's get one set of headphones per room.
Fire off to something that looks like a timber wheel. And you see the power cord going out to
Extra
power
pair
strip.
for both the backup in case of rain,
Right.
or you got two
Drop
drops.
sand. Goes right here. This is your place, isn't it, Andrew? No.
PC,
And then you have the power cord going back in the water and then up to the radio on top of the swim. Now, that may look a little too crazy to be real, but
Here, on the one hand, I can see it might be nice to have the video up on one screen and the document or something on the other screen. At the same token,
And there's a classic.
some people dual monitors is a little more.
Running his drill. He's standing in the
Yeah, that's one thing we gotta remember. We wanna keep the level of complexity down while still giving.
Working on light tool. It happens, folks.
You're gonna have to have,
Construction power cords out on wet ground. And they have the plugs plugged up, laying in puddle water. Now, if a person
I think it would be better to put a big monitor, a
monitor.
really big monitor.
If he's not GFCI'd off back at the
Because,
source,
you know, for that, then
run right up the wet cord.
I'm looking at my PowerPoints, I'm looking over here, even if I'm blind. If I need to use it for my run teleprompter, because, you know, we'll put a teleprompter program on there.
How much is,
More hands, not used correctly, using indoor equipment outdoors. Don't do it, not designed for it. It's actually
So here's what's your thought about 1 or 2 monitors?
That's when we have people popping off the phone. Don't ever do it, folks. Use all your equipment for your manufacturing instructions. I promise you, nobody
standard
will
Delphi,
change
so
the line.
let's go ahead and get the dual DVI out.
Yeah.
Another little caution here, folks. Most of us who grew up using tools are pretty handy. We're okay doing PVC forming some simple
For the
stuff.
new
It's tempting to want to work on home. Folks,
Other than furniture, what else do we need, guys?
don't ever
We
put
got
situation
lighting in it. Now, depending on where those fluorescent lights end up being,
Now, here's a
it would
common
probably
one.
be,
Probably wouldn't have to look for most.
I was gonna say, if they do, then you should be good to go. Especially if we use a webcam, because the webcams are designed for wireless situation. They're really, that's, and sometimes you put too much light in there.
Here, you probably have a few socket box and you can see the insulation's been.
The only thing I can think of is, we'll have to see what the light looks like.
Get cut, and you can see it all twisted up.
We may either have to supplement it with some lighting, you know, because the other thing is shooting down,
You're gonna have a
you get that
spark.
shadow.
And so,
And I can say most people don't like
so
that.
if your insulation is warm, the wires are exposed, you should want to cut from
What are you talking about?
cording tools and extension cords, and it should be part of your
Plus, then
weekly
it's with that
inspection
shadow
of your
across your
tools.
neck as well.
See them? As OSHA says, you need
So, you know, you might need some kind of like little fill light for that.
Lifting heavy items is
You
one of
know,
the
we're
easiest
gonna have to make sure too that that
All
light
that is to say, it doesn't have to be heavy.
what you gotta have
In
on.
fact, thinking back to the back ages I've seen in places I've worked over the
So, you know,
years,
it has
most
to
of the
be.
time, it wasn't the heavy load that got someone
So
hurt.
looking at that right now.
Because the person realized it was heavy, so they actually got
More of
themselves
it
in
goes
position
across.
to lift it properly.
Okay, so that's kind of one of the things
But,
you gotta make sure of.
have to.
So we may need fill lighting.
Somebody
Normally what you
had
do,
a heavy injury to
green
see.
screen,
You had something that was fairly light, but it was
light
over
over here,
in the middle of the
goes up
bed,
that
pick up
angle,
the front of the front,
fading across
and they
there.
leaned out to reach
But
and get it.
if that light is long enough, where it goes all the way over, it
When
may
that load
drop
had
down
been
on
20 pounds,
the,
30 pounds.
you know, it may actually drop down on it. And that's where
If you see your people lifting incorrectly, you see it all the time, quickly.
And that's exactly what happens is your
It's pretty rough.
it blanks out, but you've got these.
Reach and they pick things up incorrectly,
It's on vacation.
and they will have accidents.
Nobody's on vacation.
They're gonna think you're dragging. Folks,
That's okay.
have a safety margin.
No, what we're doing can't
So
possibly.
maybe keep an eye on each other. If they see them do, if they see them do something wrong, you know, tell them to look out and say, stop, let me get.
Are they able, is the client able to enter comments in the student ID number? They're not supposed to be able to.
I believe that's correct, but I'm not certain.
Okay, because I think they're able to.
Okay. Why don't you could send that question in an email to Tony
Yes.
and get a definite answer. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I don't know the answer to that.
Thank you.
All right. So, what they're supposed to do, I think, and we can go up there and look, is they're going to redo the grid on the ceiling
Okay,
and put the light kind of like over the desk,
okay.
and then there'll be daylight corrected bulbs. Now we
Good.
can go up there in a few minutes.
Yeah, it might not hurt to take a look at it.
Yeah, let's go take a look in a minute, but we got to call at 10, so maybe we'll do that after. I think this call at 10 is only going to take 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, we just gonna call it.
Yeah. So then let's go up and look at that. They were carrying sheetrock over the roof into the front yesterday, so it's moving fast.
The one thing about those computers, they're dual D-port. So if you're getting a Dell monitor, you should be safe.
Okay.
Make sure D-port's there.
Well, going back to PCs, Andrew, can you still hear? Okay. Um, are we shooting ourselves in the foot, so to speak, by not being backward with a VGA? I mean, is there any? Can y'all think of any reason where somebody might need a V? I know VGA is dead, but
if we're letting them use our own laptops, then
no, I don't think the plan here is. I mean, the plan is you come in and you sit down. Now you
And you
could.
push a button and it starts recording. Now, projectors. Because didn't she, I mean, when you look at that picture, you know, that Lisa was showing us in the little setup, we got the lady standing there, and there's a projector up there projecting against the wall next to her with a PowerPoint presentation.
They have VGA on them.
Well, and you can use HDMI on most all of them now, as long as they all come with HDMI.
yeah, it's still DVI and then a VGA, so they have.
Okay, so that's a,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so really, yeah, because I mean, I don't know if that's still mission critical for if she wants that
Let me
thing,
ask.
but that was what they were doing. And I can tell you that shooting a projected image is better than shooting the TV image.
Really?
Yeah, I tend to get a better, you know, a better, uh, it has to do with the frames per second.
Right.
If you get off, you get that flicker going on. Whereas with a
Projector, you know.
you don't get that.
But then that means you got to have a suitable surface to project onto,
Correct.
which is not going to be painted green.
No, but you could. What we could always have is it just needs to be some white, right?
Drop
Drop down. And again, I don't know how important that is to her. But that's the one thing too is in the past I've always been real reticent to shoot the PowerPoints at all when I'm videoing. But I've noticed lately, like at least my video. You know, you got the person standing pointing at stuff. You know, it's pretty good.
And the bright image is bright enough on the projection that people can see it. Let me find out if that's going to be a desired capability. The other thing I was going to ask, do we want to provide the ability for someone to bring in like a Mac, plug it in? It's going to complicate things quite a bit.
Well, the thing is, if we're going to do projectors, I mean, it kind of ties back to the projector. If you have the projector in there, then that opens up the door for PowerPoint presentations to be
Video.
right. And that then means that your Dr. Lee Yee, who just gave the talk over the engineering, she wouldn't let them have her PowerPoint presentation. It had to be on her laptop because that was her PowerPoint presentation. And she would give them an edited version later, you know, one day. I'll get that. I hope I can finish that project. But anyway, you know, you got people who just, they want to shoot if they got PowerPoint, it's on their computer. Your OSHA guys do not share PowerPoints with them. They don't. So I can tell you just from personal experience on that deal that, you know. But that also go whiteboard. You know, what I'm thinking about was Guam. You know, when we did Guam, I needed a whiteboard. I needed to be able to focus on a PowerPoint presentation, which of course we were able to run that through NetPro. But I had to be able to shoot the whiteboard as well. You know. Now that could be a combination. In other words, I could shoot video or shoot my projector onto a whiteboard. Have a pull down whiteboard that you work with or something. I don't know. That's something to think about. If they want that, maybe we bring in a pad for it.
Yeah.
There's always other alternatives.
Easel,
Right.
quick chart. Okay. I've been taking a lot of notes. I'll type it up and circulate it just among us, and then I'll get it a little more formal, and then I'm going to send it to our partners in distance ed
Right, great idea.
and get their input. This is what's the model and make and model of the camera?
It's a VDO 360.
VDO 360.
Yeah, it's called the Compass, and it's VPTZH-02. V like Victor, Paul, Ted, V. Hey, how you doing? Zeta H-02.
Hello.
Is Compass the manufacturer?
That is a great question. I'll need to look on my thing because when I went and looked it up, it was just I bought it off B&H,
Okay.
and it just called the VDO 360, and Compass may be the manufacturer.
I think Compass is the manufacturer.
See, they've actually got a VDO 360. That's their website.
And it's a 10x
HD.
PC camera. And what is that? What is the desktop there? It's Dell what?
A Dell Optiplex 70. Just the base.
7010.
Now, Sony, I don't know. We may want to do a few comparisons just
Yeah.
for friends, but Sony makes one. Actually, when you go on VH website, VH Photo, you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
And you just put in that VDO 360. They pretty much will, show them similar stuff. They'll kind of lay it out for you.
Okay.
Or what I also put in was 10x optical webcam.
Andrew, do you want to recommend the headphones? Take a look at the Snowball and the others. And I mean, if they're 100, 110 a piece, that's probably fine.
What I would say with headphones too is probably you want to go rather than get a big old head, get some of those little smaller ones. And God, I don't think they have. I mean, I think you get it for 20. I got Sony headphones for $25.
A lot of people don't like little things in their ears, though.
Right, well, I mean, it could be just those little.
Yeah.
I just think rather than have a big
old
helmet thing, it always cracks me up when I see that, man.
Okay.
Maybe even something that looks like one of those little. I think probably one of those built-in right there. That way, when you plug it into a splitter, all it is splitting the headphones. It might find
Okay.
that run right through the in-house microphone.
Oops, sweet. No, we're not giving them a very good.
Oh, you got the thing. Hey, Andrew. What's funny is getting used to the right and the left is throwing me off. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of goes with your screen rather than with the camera, okay?
No, it's backwards from the screen.
Oh, is it backwards from the screen? Is that what it is? Yeah.
In fact, it's from the perspective of the camera.
Right. As though you were standing behind the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it can be a little strange, yeah.
That's why I think we'll make good use of the presets.
Now, the other part, too, is you have full control. One of the things I've noticed, now most webcams you have this as well, but if you need to go in and adjust color, gamma, light, all that stuff, it pops up. And it's usually, it must be built into the camera because I've used several different software programs and it looks like the same built-in stuff. So there's a lot of adjustment on that.
Well, we've got about 5 minutes before a call. I'm going to run down the hall real quick. I mean, we keep playing with this. I'll type up the hardware list, but I think the software list is still a lot to be determined. So we'll need, in addition to teleprompter software, we're going to need
something that records video.
So a video.
It's a webcam recording software. That's kind of what I'm searching under, webcam recording software. There's a bunch of free stuff, that I've tried about 3 or 4 different ones. There's one I really like, but it won't do it. It only does it AVI. And I mean, AVI files, a 10-minute AVI can be about 500 gig. I mean, it's ridiculous. I was sitting there, one day, my camera, see what it does. And all of a sudden, I mean, it had been going for 10 minutes, and it just stops recording. What the heck happened here?
Mm-hmm.
And it's because there was nothing left on my hard drive. It had recorded 300 some odd gigabytes, and I'm going, wow. Now when I played it back, gorgeous. But still, man, That's a lot of money. Hey, Andrew, I'm going to go ahead and shut down this Google broadcast, okay? You hear me all right? Yes? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and shut it down because they're fixing to do that telephone call. Stop. I guess I can stop.
Yeah, what is that?
Then I got a hold of Verizon.
Oh, good. Okay. Stop.
I'm not sure if the song is running.